What we have here is a 600 kilowatt RM033 boiler. On the left you've got a 42,000 litre accumulation tank, and in the middle you have the control room, which houses really all the clever stuff, the pumps, the fans and the motors. I can open the door, and we also have the burner here on the right hand side. The units come in a containerized form which we assemble on site, but really all that's needed is a hard level standing on which to place them, and we'll do the rest. Chimneys, obviously we can have a look at that in a moment, but the chimney has to be sited to the correct height, draft and dimensions to ensure that it's going to keep the boiler active and not smother it or perhaps get a backdraft. In here they come ready with external displays of the accumulation tank temperature. You have an external light which can be sensor operated, internal lights, fans, primary and secondary fans for the combustion in the chamber, and you have heat exchange and pumps and meters and so on to get it around the district heating system. 42 tonnes of water.
That's 42 tonnes of water.
A fully insulated container, so that tank of water is not going to lose its temperature overnight. It's going to hold its temperature for a good period of time. It's designed to sit outside. It has a roofing on top. It has gutters inbuilt which discharge at the end. And this is a functional unit that is designed to sit out there. It's not just a crate. Well, I like the old saying, keep it simple, stupid. And if you start putting in moving and wearing parts, the obvious happens. Here it's mechanically loaded. You open the door, you stick a bale in, you close the door, it's ignited, you press the button, the fans come on, you walk away. There's two fans, there's a couple of pumps and a third pump for the distribution system or the district heating system or whatever. Really everything is available straight off any decent supplier's shelf, very easily, very quickly. It's wonderfully simple, and I think that's one of its main selling points. We've resisted every attempt to complicate it and made quite clear to the manufacturers that we do not want that to happen, for the obvious reasons that we don't want to have breakdowns and lengthy breakdowns. Okay, so this is the second branch to the system. We've talked about the district heating system. We're now on to the grain drying side of things. So we've got a straightforward loop in here to a heat exchange bank. We have 4 heat exchangers. This is obviously work in progress. We're opening up the aperture from the shed to the outside so we can draw air from outside through these heat exchangers. There will be a large fan located here which will draw the air through the heat exchangers and into the plenum, and then through the floor under the tray, which you can see behind. As you can see, it's very much still in progress, but this is the concept, and it will certainly be running long before harvest.
It's a case of the farmer getting his straw right, keeping it dry, and I think you said not to bale right up behind the combine.
Yeah. I think the ideal world, if you're doing rape straw, you probably want to be baling quite hard behind the combine, not right up the backside. You want to get the greenness out if you can, but we all know you get one chance with rape straw. Generally, we recommend probably chopping the end rigs, the headlands, but baling the main part of the field. With wheat straw, which is a preferred fuel, ideally, if it gets a drop of rain on it, it can wash some P&K back into the soil, and it'll make it a little bit more brittle and makes a finer fuel. Barley straw the same, it's a little bit waxier, doesn't burn quite so well, but it's still a very good fuel. As I say, its fuel quality is key to the performance of any engine system or boiler. One thing with the bales, tend not to do them as tight as hell. You want to have them sufficiently tight, but not so that you can get your hand into a bale, perhaps in a round bale situation, so that when they are burning they open out in the burn. It gives a nice even delivery of the heat energy.
Will this farmer be using any wood on the boiler? Or is it...
He may have some waste wood, and some broken potato boxes might go in. You're allowed a certain allowance under the RHI rules of such fuels. He does have woodlands, but his principal fuel is certainly rape straw.
Right. Well, thanks very much indeed.